Hi everyone, today's recipe that I have for you is a real staple for me. I have this quite often. It's a real comfort food and it's salmon fish cakes. Really simple version. So all you need for today's recipe is going to be 1 tin of Alaskan wild salmon, some almond flour, and 1 egg. Those are the main ingredients that you need. And then in addition I've got some coriander. You can use flat-leafed parsley. I've got a chopped onion, and then just for a little bit of a kick, I've got 1 red chili because I love that. So all we're going to do, like I said, simple. We're going to mix all these ingredients together. So let me just finish chopping up this onion. You want to make sure that you chop it up really finely. I love this recipe because it's not only is it simple and quick, but it's quite versatile. You can have it at any time. I sometimes have this as a quick lunch with some salad, or at dinner with some nice steamed vegetables, or I have even been known to have this for breakfast with some poached eggs. There's something about egg and salmon that really go well together. So I've got my salmon in there. I'm just going to break that up a little bit. Next I'm going to add the onion. There's kind of really no doing this wrong. You just throw it all in. I'm going to chop the the coriander really finely. It's a good idea to chop this quite fine because it can, if you leave it too big, it can burn a little bit when you're frying these up. So here we go. Now I'm going to add the egg. Actually, I shouldn't have said that. You can't get it wrong because actually you want to put in the flour last because you're going to add that in slowly. Okay, so I've got all those main ingredients in there, and I'm going to mix it up really quickly. And once we start adding the flour, we are going to have to get our hands a little bit messy. Okay, really quick, here we go. Now, for the almond flour, I'm going to use about 1/4 cup, but you're going to decide whether you need a little bit more or a little bit less, depending on kind of how watery the mixture is. I'm going to add actually let me get my chili in there as well. So like I said, the chili is completely optional. I like to have it if I'm going to have it for lunch or for dinner. I don't know about chili first thing in the morning, but it's just a little bit over the top for me, so I can't really have it then. But I'm going to put it in for today, so that's great. Okay, so with the almond flour, you're going to just mix it in a little bit at a time. You want to get it so that you can actually form some nice balls with it, so that you can then fry them and they all stick together. Here we go. Now, if you don't have almond flour, you can use coconut flour. Let me see if I've got some. Here it is. So here's my coconut flour that I've used. If you've never used coconut flour, the only thing I have to say about that is it's quite a drying ingredient. So you will use a lot less than you would use of the almond flour. I'd say probably half the amount. So when I did make it with the coconut flour, they were a little bit on the dry side. Still edible, and actually when they're a little dry, I just have them with some, with the poached eggs or something. It will make it a little less dry. Okay, so let me move this all out of the way, and then we'll start cooking these. Now, they take about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, depending on how big you're going to make those. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of butter. If you're using butter to fry them, just make sure the temperature is really low, because the butter will burn quite quickly, so that's the only thing. You can definitely use coconut oil as well. That works fantastic. So I'm going to just take a big scoop with my hands. This is the messy bit, also the fun bit. So I'm just going to make a nice round ball, as you can see, and then I'm going to flatten it a little bit. Oh, these look good. So 1 tin is going to make you about 3 or 4 of these fish cakes. So again, if you want to make more, they refrigerate really well for the next day. So if you want to have some for breakfast, you can make them the night before. So just double the ingredients. Really simple. You can't do this wrong. And then you can get creative and start putting in other ingredients that you like I added the chili in this case. So I've managed to make 4 of these. So you do get quite messy with these. I'm going to quickly wash my hands. Okay, so I'm not going to have you sit there and watch me cook these because it's going to take a little while, 2 to 3 minutes. Flip it over, like I said, it depends on the size, so just keep flipping it up from the bottom to see if it's a nice light golden brown, and then you're ready to turn it over. So really enjoy these. Like I said, they're a great comfort food. They're really filling, which is great as well, and quick and easy. So enjoy these ones.